Hello and welcome to another video. It's been a few weeks since I last shot one. I had started doing my pickup videos again and the intention was to carry on with those. The reason I stopped was because I'd shot a video, was almost near the end of it, and I ran out of space on my phone and it was a bit awkward trying to edit stuff on there, and I didn't really want to start it again, and I didn't get a chance to do anything with it, so I sort of left the video as it was. Then I had a backlog of titles and I didn't get around to shooting videos for those and didn't want things lying around. And also I've been on holiday a couple of times and I've just sort of not had the chance to do any videos. So I may go back to doing those again, I'll see. But what I wanted to do was a sort of video update. There's quite a few changes going on at the moment. I will do a video showing off my sort of cinema room where I watch films. As I've mentioned before, I had a new TV a few months ago, probably now it was a couple of months. I've also bought a new receiver as well. Picked that up last week, that came in the post, so I'll show that as well. Another upgrade. But the only thing I really want to upgrade next is my speakers and get some more speakers, but I've spent enough at the moment and it's not too much of a top priority, and I haven't really got the room to do sort of rear surround speakers, but I'll go for that when I'm do a video for that. Also, I may need to get another 4K player. I've got a Sony UBPX700, I think, whatever it is, the £170 4K one, and it's fine. Obviously the conflict I've got with my multi-region player, which is a Sony, they obviously use the same signal, and if one's comes on, they both come on. So at the moment I've got the Sony or Blu-ray player, which I've got as a multi-region, that is not connected. That's fine, but I may have to properly swap or get replaced the Sony one, because I've had issues where the discs basically frozen in there, and I've checked reviews online and I've noticed a few other people have that problem. The only thing is, it's for the price, it's a good player generally. It's got Dolby Vision support, which not a lot of them seem to have. Also it's got Wi-Fi, and again it's not an issue for that because I've got that on my Sony Blu-ray player and also my TV, and I can also cast my phone, but it's nice to have it on there. So I'll try if I can find one. I might go with LG because I've got LG soundbar bought and LG TV, so I may get one of those. I'll have to see. I've still hopefully got to see. I've only had it a couple of months, but I've got the warranty. Bought it from Amazon. If I have any problems, I will turn that back. Also, a little bit of a rant as well. I don't know if anyone has been picking up the HMV VHS range. I've not been too bothered because I've got most of those films and don't see the point of double dipping. Like with Steelbooks, I don't mind doing that. So I didn't really pick any of the first wave up at all. Second wave we had a few I was interested in. Passed on Crocodile Dundee because I think I'll get the US set with the second one in for cheaper. I think it's cheaper. And there's also the thing about the different cuts of the film. I think it's a different cut of the film. I don't know if it's US disc and the UK disc are the same, or if there's different for that. But I also picked up though Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke, which I didn't own. May pick up some of the Cheech and Chong movies. I think a few have been released already. I'm not sure how many there are. I've never seen one. Picked up Clue, a film I've never owned on DVD at all. A bit like Cheech and Chong, which I never owned. Picked up Mandy, which is the Nicolas Cage film. That sold out really quickly. That's sort of 80s vibe to the film, so that's why they've done that packaging. And the one I've picked up again, and the one I never owned, was Flashdance. I didn't have this issue with the other ones I bought, but inside you've got the two discs, you've got the poster, and you've got a trading card and a sticker. First two I got one originally and took it back to HMV because that was inside was damaged. Got the replacement, thinking, oh, okay, so one off, because I had some other ones in the range, so they're fine. That was the same. So I swapped it again yesterday after work, and that was, well, I'll say exactly the same. It was damaged inside. Poster wasn't actually that, was okay, I think. I don't think there was anything to that, but the sticker had a slight crease, which I managed to get out, but the card's got a sort of crease down the sort of top to bottom. It's not majorly bad, but I don't really be bothered to take it back again, because I've already had like 3 copies, and it's just too much hassle to keep taking back, and there's no guarantee the one I get will be any better. In fact, it could be worse, so I'll sort of live with that as it is. That sort of thing I'll discuss. Also, as you can see, sort of leading into the video, the whole point of this video, so I've got all my VHS sorted. This is the stuff I kept, which I wasn't going to give to Oxfam. I probably could have sold it all, but I was too much hassle to sort out. I don't know what's happening now, then I probably would have done that, but I contacted EIL online. They basically sell vinyl. I said to them, I've got all this vinyl. I spent a couple of hours listing about 200 of them, which are upstairs at the moment, plus some other ones. Kind of a bit bored with doing that, so I said, these ones I've got, some ones I had signed, and a couple of sort of more limited, rare ones. They were interested. So basically what I've done, I've kept some ones I had, some Smiths ones, which sort of reissue ones, Sex Pistols, Oasis. Kept some ones I wanted to keep, which you'll probably see on that shelf. I've just sort of stuck some 7-inch vinyl on there, and the 10-inch vinyl I'm keeping, again, sort of those bands, and 12-inch. Some of those 10-inch, 12-inch albums, I probably could put them in the thing, but I might not listen to them, but I'll keep them. I'm not desperate to get rid of those. I have got a load of CDs as well, which I had left over, which I hadn't given to Oxfam, which I want to sort through. Basically, I did have all my music ripped onto a hard drive, and hard drive failed. Still hoping I can get that fixed at one point, but it's been a few years now. I don't know. But I tend to use Deezer. I'm not too bothered about having music. I've still got copies of stuff out of my iPod and other things, so I haven't lost everything. But I'll probably rip those CDs, and the CD-ROM videos on there I want to take off as well, and then I'll probably don't know what to do with those. I mean, they do have CDs as well, but I think it'll be better putting the CDs with the vinyl. Got more chance of selling them than the CDs on their own. But I'll see what they want. But I'm not in a rush to sort those, because that's going to take me quite a while to do. So I boxed all my 10-inch vinyl up there, 12-inch vinyl in my box that my receiver came in, and I got some other 12-inch vinyl there, which I can't fit in there, because as you can see, it's the only box I can fit it in, and well, there's a lot of space in there. But I mean, I could have got some bubble wrap from work. I didn't. I went and bought some from Poundland, and obviously basically got it there, so I'm going to pad those boxes out. If I need some more, I'll go get some from work. But yeah, I've got that, and hopefully I should be enough there. And got some tape as well. I mean, I think I've got some tape. I'm sure I've got tape. I've a feeling I've got a tape dispenser somewhere for parcels, but whether I'm imagining that or I don't know. Anyway, I've got some tape, the only one they had there, and it says fragile, which is fine because it is basically fragile. And I've got some other boxes there to put stuff in, but I might just see how I can fit in the bigger boxes the 7-inch vinyls. I think I've got, I don't know if the box in that one's empty. Say I've got 2 lots of boxes 7-inch. I'm gonna have another box, so I told them 5-6 boxes. I think they put for 6. They're paying for them to be collected. They'll offer me a price, I presume. They'll buy the whole collection. A couple of things probably worth a bit more, and some of it might not be in good enough condition, or might not want it because I got too much of it already. But whatever offer me, I'll accept, because the options are sell on eBay, then I'm paying fees, and some stuff I won't sell, and I have to do bulk lots, and then I'm paying eBay fees and PayPal fees and probably packaging. It's too much hassle. But obviously, if I'm not happy with the price, then they'll send them back free of charge. But I'll just sell them. I don't really need them. As for the ones I'm keeping, I might get some vinyl sleeves and put them in there. But I'll see. So yeah, the whole point of this video was I'm doing quite a bit of a shift around in here. So as you can see, there is something missing there, and that was, you can see in there, those sort of brown things, those are boxes which had CDs in. They were taken down. I don't know if they're actually right to put back up again, because I've had them a while, but I'll try and reassemble them. Yeah, so what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to take all the shelving down here, as you've seen before in previous videos. Basically because we need this as an access route, and as you can see there, it's not easy to get up the stairs. We're having a new fridge freezer going up there, and potentially at some point a new sofa, or two sort of two-seater chairs. So I'm going to have to take all that down. There's quite a lot on there, as you can see. I mean, it's not with these shelves I've mentioned before in previous videos. They're not all perfect. They're not all sort of level, and like say that part of the end of the shelf, say that second shelf there, that end could be bigger in space than that in there, and not necessarily everything will fit in there, and some of them won't fit DVDs in, which is why I've had to put Blu-rays on. But yeah, it's coming down, and I have got quite a lot of boxes there, 8 crates full of Blu-rays, which I haven't got room for. Apart from that, I'm not using the bottom shelf as well, because I've got problems with water coming through, although I have put some stuff around outside, some sealant. The back around of there, the garden, I'm going to put some cement down there, so hopefully any bits where water will come through will basically be blocked off. Problem is the carpet, as I've mentioned before, it's a bit damp there, so something getting through there. But as those shelves coming down, I had a plan, and that was to basically take all these shelves down and replace them. What with? That's a good question. Looking at getting some IKEA shelves. Part of the idea behind that was they're all sort of uniform, all same sort of size and shape, and the Billy ones, which I'm going to have to look into because I've got a slight issue, but I can double stack. And with losing all that space there, I've got a pile of stuff upstairs anyway. So, if I bring that down, that'll probably fill, probably 3 or 4 of those shelves up at least. But I want to double stack because with losing that space and having all this here, all this pile of stuff here, I've got no room. But if I double stack, then I can get, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shelves there, with how many movies on there. Let me just have a look at the Master Cinema, they're numbered. 72, so yeah, about 72 plus probably a bit extra with the boxes, because you obviously place the boxes there, so and the books inside. So say it's 73 or 74. So if I can put double on there, then that's going to be 148. And then all the shelves, I could easily get all that stuff off there, stuff from the crates, and when I wash the stuff upstairs, bring that down, all that on the shelves easily. And then that side as well, though, also I need to still sort out the floor there, because I'm not putting shelves down, new shelves, and then having water come through on them, because first of all damage it, and then I'll be like I am at the moment, where I can't use the shelf. I suppose when obviously take those down, I'll be able to see what the floor's like underneath. I mean, I could always put some plastic sheeting underneath, act as a barrier between the shelf and the floor, so effectively stop anything coming through, but I'll have to see. So that's the thing I'm looking to put 3 there and 2 there. That basically then should give me more than enough space to put all this stuff. Probably will have to sacrifice these long shelves there as they are, or find some smaller ones I can put there as well in their place. Things with that is because the ones I'm going to get will stick out, and I won't be able to get to anything. Those shelves are useful there, but they're not going to be useful if I can't get to the ones that are going to go there. Also, I'll have to see about whether I sort of attach them to the wall, It's like a little data rail running across there. I can attach it to that wall. Otherwise, I have to have sort of leaning back slightly so it's resting against the wall. I mean, these shelves will be fine, but as you can see, there's not much width to the end, and there's no way I can put sort of 2 rows on there. I think what I'm going to do is put all the DVDs at the back. So, for instance, all my BFI DVDs there, and then put the BFI Blu-rays in front of that. Obviously, it won't be perfect match because I've got probably different amounts of each ones, and I've got some upstairs as well, but close enough anyway. Again, I'll probably do the same Master Cinema, 8A films, Artificial Eye, obviously allowing space for future titles because I don't want to completely fill a shelf up and then having to shift stuff around because I haven't got room to expand into. But I think putting the DVDs at the back, obviously do watch the DVDs, but probably watch the Blu-rays more. And with putting, for instance, if I put Blu-ray here under the DVD, then you can sort of see the top of the DVD. I mean, you can't see what it is, but you can sort of see what's behind, which is fine. And I'll rather use the space more efficiently, and I should have sort of room to get a wider shelf there. Because it's not, I mean, for instance, that's not going to stay down there. I mean, I've got bags on to protect stuff because obviously you can get a little bit damp in here. But even if I don't have the bags on there, then I doubt that will stay on there easily. I mean, had these been probably a couple of inches longer, then would have been fine, and I probably wouldn't have bothered doing that. But I need bigger shafts, and it's going to cost me a bit, probably 400 quid. Might be more, depends how many I get. But what I'm going to do is put this final money towards that, because I've spent enough anyway on the other things. So put that towards that, and if I get 300 quid for this, and buy that, and then not spend too much of other money, because I'll probably have to get some extra shelves, because I'm never sure how many they give you, and I probably won't have enough there for what I need. So that's what I'm looking to do. The issue I was going to mention was I've just measured the height. Now the Billy bookcases are 200 centimeters tall, and I've got the radiator there, which is, I think, with the shelves will go up to about there, and I don't want it leaning on there because, well, obviously not a good idea for that. I can't attach the wall properly because I'm going to have a gap. And I don't really want to screw into the bookcase wood because I'm not sure how, obviously, what you do to that. I mean, they're probably designed for that anyway, but so really I'm putting it stuck there. Should be right there, but I think it'll be too wide. And there is fine because I have got the, see, I've basically stacked stuff on top there, so I've effectively double stacked up there. So I have got the height there, apart from the floor issue, which also I need to sort out. And also this room here again, apart from the floor issue, I've got the height. Probably won't necessarily be able to put like the extender on the top. If I can, I will do, but that's what I'll probably do. And I should be able to get, because the £110 is like the two £55 ones, but I think they're joined together. I'm not exactly sure. So I could get one there, and again, although it's going to stick out more, I don't think with the length of it should be an issue. I should be able to get to both, because I have got sort of corners there so that don't really go fully across. So I haven't really measured the width across. I've measured the height. I was like, that room is a bit of an issue, but I can get a bit smaller shelf there. But here I should be fine. And then I can basically double stack all my steelbooks. And if I do it logically, if I sort of keep it organised, I can be able to sort of have an idea where things are. If I start shoving stuff for somebody else and it's not obvious, then I'll be ages looking for things. Also, I can sort out my steelbooks. I have shoved some on the shelf. I've got Fast and the Furious, but I might have odd ones floating around elsewhere, and they're not in particular order. And I've got some Jurassic Park ones there. I might have some ones elsewhere. I want to sort of keep a series of films together. Then what I'm about to do is, these ones are TV shows and stuff I've basically updated and I haven't got room for. I've just shoved them like that because it seems the most logical use of space. And some ones bottom sort of 2.5 shelves there, ones I'm keeping. The DVDs, and I've upgraded them because there's stuff missing off the Blu-rays. So yeah, that will sort of give me all that space. Then I should hopefully have a lot more space, and that'll keep me going then for a while. But as I say, I'll need to work out with these measure the lengths, because they shouldn't be much more than what I've got at the moment, because I think it's basically, as I showed, that length of 2 Blu-rays. Plus it's going to stick out a little bit. So yeah, I'm not having too many more inches on extra sticking out than there is at the moment. And again, width, I'll try and work it out. So I looked at the Billy bookcase, because the most popular, and the deep. I need deep shelves, so no point in replacing these with shelves of the same depth, because, well, first of all, it's a waste of money, and I'm not getting anything because I'm not getting extra space, which I'm after. And again, I've got wasted space there. I mean, I've shoved stuff on top in the past, like I've done there, but I've done it there just because I've obviously got overflow steelbooks and I haven't got room for them. Then what I'll probably be able to do, depending on spaces, these are all the DVDs in these crates and these racks here that I'm keeping till I upgrade them. If I ever upgrade them, it depends obviously if they ever get a Blu-ray release. Some of them have, and the US, and some might have UK ones, but they're probably not that great, or they're out of print. So yeah, the option is to leave these in crates as they are, but obviously have the room by not having these crates here, or I can find somewhere to show them on a shelf, and organise them back like they were into studios, because they've got all mixed up now, and it's easier when they're in studio order. I can, if I'm upgrading, saying, oh, it's an MGM film, and then I'll go straight to the MGM section. Whereas at the moment, say they were organised in crates at one point, but some crates were too full, and I've moved stuff around in crates and stuff. So if I'm trying to find stuff I need to get rid of that I've upgraded, it's a complete nightmare getting through 12 boxes, and it's the way I've stacked that as well. As you can see, the most effective way I could find to stack it. It's awkward to get into there, and then one's down the side, but you did find that I cut down about 3 or 4 crates worth by doing that, because I've got a lot more in the crate than I would have done. Probably about 1.5 crates that was originally, obviously down to 1 crate. So yeah, that floor obviously will be an issue. And then I've got some other bits of stuff as well, sort of slip covers I've kept for some reason, and other bits like that. So yeah, I'm going to have to sort out. Obviously this vinyl will be gone, so I'll have a bit more room. And I'll probably do what I would do with CDs. I've got some DVD singles and albums DVDs, and again I'll probably have to put those on the shelves. Will sort of give me some space, and also that bookcase there with, it's got some albums with DVDs on. I've got some other DVDs on top, and I zoomed out. Oh, sorry, I wondering how far I zoomed out with this. Yeah, so some other stuff there. I'm not saying I can't put that back there, but I'll have to move out of the way temporarily. Probably looking to get rid of this. I mean, it's fine, but as you can see there's a sort of alcove there, and things behind, you can't see what they are. And I think I'm missing some of these metal clips in there to put the shelves on. So some of the shelves are just resting on top. Yeah, so I'll have to probably look. I want to keep them all the same, effectively. So IKEA shelves and black, but I'll need probably ones that are a bit shorter. There, obviously ones that are deep enough so I can double stack. Then at least I can use all that wall, because that floor's fine there. And I can double stack there, then that should hopefully accommodate all those up there, plus the ones I had on top of those things there, which are, I think they'll be put in that crate there. So those will go on the shelf, and I'll try and clear some of those off, because some of those are things like Master Cinema titles and Artificial Eye, which I've run out of room for. But having this shift around will enable me to create some more room in those sections. What I've been doing is, if I've run out of room section, I'll say, alright, I'll move the Artificial Eye out of the way, like I've done with these. Actually, I'm showing you these. I'll quickly show these now. So I can move it to here. So these Network British Film, I've been basically buying these because I wanted the full set, and they were like down to £2, but some up by about £3, £4, but majority were down to £2, and as you know, I bought almost the full set. Don't see them putting more of these out on DVD. There's about 20, so I haven't got yet because they're still a bit more expensive. I want to pay for them, and I think the ones I did get cheap have all gone back up in price anyway. But if I see them cheap on Amazon, I've got a wish list, so I'll keep an eye on it occasionally. And if I go to FOP in London, I'll have a look in there, because they do have those on sale sometimes. But yeah, I've got a complete backlog up there. I've got room for, including one, which I can't. I've got it handy. Yeah, that one there, ourselves alone, which for some reason is in a normal sized case rather than a thin case. It's very annoying. I don't know if they're all like that, or just my copy, or just a few of them. But so yeah, those were originally over there on the where they were now. They're on that shelf somewhere, I think, on the third or fourth shelf down. Because I basically expanded that area to fit some more 8 film titles on, but they were there. I think I've still got the fourth shelf down. Yeah, I've still got the DVDs, the Blu-rays for network films there. But I've the DVDs over there. I had them up there, but they're a bit awkward to get to around space. So I think like Dogwolf. Where those network ones were these 20th Century Fox Studio Classics, which I think was the subject of one of my first videos. That or the Ingrid Bergman DVDs. So I've got those there, but again, I've just sort of shoved ones at the end because I've got no room. I've got Arrow boxes behind and some other DVDs. So yeah, I want to have things hidden, but I don't mind that. This is the whole point. Doing these shelves again is to have normal size shelves like that. That's a bit of a weird shelf. It's like 2 half shelves, and I've got a bit of funny space I can't do anything with. Things like certain box sets which don't fit in there, or the height's a bit awkward. So I'll have a bit of a height space at the top with the IKEA shelves. I mean, I've as much height as I need to be, because I can organise the shelves. I'll try and get as many on as possible, because I want more shelves I can get on, then more films I can get on there. So I'll have to do some calculations once I've worked out which ones I want there for height wise, and then obviously the normal Billy ones 2 meters should fit there, okay, because there's nothing to cause any problems. I'll have to do some measurements and stuff and work out exactly, but I can probably try and get as many shelves on there as possible. I mean, some shelves might leave a bit more space for them, obviously with larger items. So I don't want anything to completely sort of touch the top. I want a bit of a gap between the top of everything, but not too much. Because the problem is, I don't want to start loading shelves up and think, I could have had that one, get to the end and a bit of a short space and go, well, I could have had that one a bit higher, and that one a bit higher, and that bit higher, and then take stuff off and move the shelves on sort of say that's where the shelf's going, and then put stuff on there. That's the space I've got, and then work with that. And then also the Billy ones have their fixed shelf, which means I sort of have to work around that. The fixed shelf's in the middle, but I thought I'll have to work out, say, because the DVDs are a bit torn, the Blu-rays, so really I'll have to work off the DVD height for everything. Obviously things like Universal Films DVDs I'm not keeping. Those are ones sort of kept in these crates over here. I'm not getting rid of them because I'd rather still own the film. But, I mean, I can watch them, but I'd rather watch them on Blu-ray. But if I'm desperate to watch them, I can watch them from there. I'm not bagging those up because down to the point, because I'm not going to catalogue them. Well, I don't know yet. I might catalogue them, but on a separate tab on my spreadsheet. But I'm not going to bag them up because, well, a lot of bags for those, and time for that, and bags cost money. And I don't mind for the things I'm obviously part of my collection, but for those, I'm going to grade them, and then I tend to grade stuff. For instance, about occasionally Artificial Life films I've upgraded from DVD, because I'm not too well about keeping DVDs for those. And I've taken them out of the bags, and I've put the bags sort of on the side to use again. I've not done that, and there's bags lying around, so don't really unnecessarily bag things, and it takes time to bag them anyway. And when you seal the bags, if you get a bit of air in there, then you rest one on top of the other and it's sort of slides off and it's all trying to get flat. And also, I'd rather put something in a bag, watch it, then seal it if it's already sealed, rather than have to keep opening bags, which I did when I catalogued all my steelbooks. So yeah, and then things like those, I'll probably keep those separate anyway. But that'll work out. I mean, I have got room. I mean, I could put an aisle down the middle, but then there's two problems with that. One, the length of it, I will be restricted because I need to be able to get through to these two rooms, and think it'd still come through here. And also, it's going to take space in the middle of the room, which I don't need to use at the moment. I want to keep the space. I mean, if it comes to the point of running out of room, then that's an option. But that is the way down the line. But also, I want to bring my exercise bike down here. I will have one slight thing with that as well, because these shelves don't have backs. So basically, the back is the wall. So I can get to. There's a plug down there somewhere. I can get to them, and there's also a plug around here for a couple of plugs, which I've got my dehumidifier plugged into. Which obviously, if I get an IKEA shelf, and then I'm going to be stuck because I can't get to that plug. So the options are to leave a shelf like this. For instance, leave this one here because there's a light switch behind there. I don't want to block that off, and there's a plug there. I don't want to block off, so leave this as it is. So, because I'm going to take this down and then not really be able to put a shelf there. So leave this one here as a shelf functioning. Still get to what I need to, and then I can put my exercise biking down there. Then I can block off the walls there at the back, and it's not an issue because there's nothing there. And the same with there, because I'm not plugged anything in down there. Then wait to fold all these crates up and put them out the way, and do some organising down here as well. Do some proper organising. As for the floor, probably don't want to do anything with the carpet, because see, taking carpet up and replacing it is not cheap. Unless obviously I take it up and put another flooring down, but the carpet's nice to walk on. It just keep some temperature in the room, keep it a bit warmer. Although you get problems like that, but I'll only know when I've sort of taken the shelves down. But I'm not going to take all the shelves down at once, because I'm going to have stuff everywhere. I'll probably work in sections. Not so buy a lot of the shelves in advance, but I will sort of I want to take shelves down and get them restacked up. I mean, I might have to take all those down at once, then put them up. But that's fine. But I don't want to take everything down, and I've got things lying around everywhere. It gets confusing, and got no room to do anything. Even with this vinyl out of the way, still not a lot of room in it at the moment. Mostly my telescope, which I still need to use. But yeah, so that's sort of my big project to do. I will do a video as well on my sort of TV, my area receiver, and things like that. That will be coming. It's only a small room, so it's not going to be like too long a video. But I look back at an older video I shot in that room, and complete contrast, the amount of stuff I had in there. The room was almost empty in places. There was, you can see the floor. So you can still see the floor now, but there's a lot of stuff in there. I've basically filled up all the space around the edges. So you probably find out on my older videos, on one of these sort of room tour videos, you might see that on there. When I get into doing that, it'd be interesting if you want to compare how things have changed in that time. But I don't really plan on doing too much up there, because I spent quite enough. I mean, the TV was nearly £3,000, the receiver was like 900, and yeah, with that, a bit of money spent. So I don't really want to be buying speakers and stuff which I don't need yet. I mean, probably speakers would have been the best idea than buying a new receiver, but I wanted a receiver that did 4K properly. My old one doesn't. Well, it does, but doesn't do HDR, and couldn't do DTSX and the other stuff I couldn't do with it, and I thought I'd buy a new one. I've had the other one 3 years. I'm still using speakers from it. I've still got the receiver. I'm not selling it. There's no point. I won't get much for it, but keep that on the side. Keep that under a table, and then always put that in another room as and when. Obviously with no speakers, but I suppose if I upgrade those speakers, then those ones can go back with the Onkyo receiver. Yeah, so I'm gonna I might get a shelf on there. Also, I don't want to block the stairs off, so whether I put I suppose I can get a shelf on there which is like a shallow one, which is not as deep, so it won't basically stick out this much. It'll probably be sort of half the length of that. I won't be able to get a huge amount on it, but probably should get a bit more than I really want to. Say, that's how I'm meant to get all these on, but if I can get some on there, it'd be fine. And so they don't block the root off, but it wasn't decent. But I'll have to see again, measuring things, and I won't know how much space I'll have created by the shelves and how much stuff I can actually get on until I get the shelves. Then I'm going to have things like this on top. So I've got a lot of these Strikeforce DVDs. I had a few of these, but again, these were sort of cheap on Amazon, so I picked them up. So I'll be sort of, yeah, those are, that is a maybe, that area. And then sort of might shove stuff on. Business shelf space, so I've got just stuff like that. And then I say over here, I could either get the shelf extender, depending on the height I'm going to have. I should have enough height, so I could get that. I don't know how they fit on. These basically stick on top, so I can do that. Or I can leave the space on top and put some boxes on there, or some other stuff, because if I'm only going to get an extra shelf on there doing that, then I might as well just use the top of the shelf as it is. But if I can get a couple on there, that's fine. But then again, I'm sort of conscious about having a bracket to the wall, and if it's going to lean, whether it's best to sort of leave it as is or put stuff on top, or get a shelf extender and then use those extra 1 or 2 shelves. But so I probably could get an extra 2 shelves on top of that, but so I'll need to work out the heights. But yeah, I think that will do for this video. I think I've been going on for long enough, and I know that I'll be doing a couple more of these as things change. This wood will end up somewhere, it'll get used again. I did buy some of this wood. I think I spent, I don't know, 400 or 500 quid. Bought this from Wood Merchant. I didn't necessarily make this house myself. I did help things like that, sort of bowing in the middle, and hopefully I won't have that problem with the IKEA shelves, because I think they're designed for a bit of weight. I'm not going to obviously overload them completely, but if I sort of have a little bit of a gap, but not too much of a gap, then sort of resting on there to a point. But yeah, I'll say I'll do a more in-depth video, and I'll do some updates as and when I get a chance and as I go along. So yeah, if you have any questions or anything you want to know, please leave comments below. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. It's about the last 40 minutes, but I've done longer videos, but not uploaded them. So yeah, until my next video, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again shortly. Thank you.